In this episode, what's up skate fam? Welcome to D Skates. I'm your host, David Laliette. In this episode, I have a special tutorial for you. This is a tutorial many of you have been asking for a long time. The Magic Slide. For serious skaters only. In this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how I learned the Magic Slide. I'm going to break it down for you step by step using my 6-point edge theory. And at the end of this episode, I've got a special treat for you. I'm going to show you every single attempt at the Magic Slide that I've ever done from start to finish. There are a couple things you need to know how to do before you attempt the Magic Slide. In my opinion, you need to have a strong T-Stop and you need to have a strong power slide. If you don't have those two things, click the link in the description below for the video titled Getting Started and How to Stop, and that'll introduce you to my 6-point edge theory and show you how to execute those stops effectively. If you already know how to do the T-Stop and the power slide, I'm still going to give you a few drills here that'll help you create a more controlled entry and slide through this move. The two first moves here are the lemon and the C-cut. The lemon and the C-cut have one thing in common with the Magic Slide, and that is the inside edge, but in this case specifically the back inside edges. The back inside edge will be the entry point of the slide. We'll begin the Magic Slide just like we'd begin a power slide by pressing into the back inside edge of the leading skate. The lemon is done with both feet at the same time. You'll push into the back inside edges and bring your feet around in an oval shape. You will equalize your balance to the center and then to the front. So we'll use the whole inside edge on both skates for this exercise. The C-cut is going to be the same thing, but you'll be doing it on one foot. With the lemon, you have your weight equalized in both feet since you're using both feet for the same maneuver. And with the C-cut, you'll have all of your weight bearing on one foot and the other foot will be drawing the C shape. So if we carve with the right foot, then we would be on the flat of the left foot. We will enter the C-cut by pushing into the back inside edge, bringing that foot out to the side, to the center inside edge, and then all the way to the front and touching the right toe to the left toe, which will have pressure in the front inside edge. In my opinion, probably the best drill for you to do in order to train your entry and your control into the Magic Slide is going to be the C-cut. This is a very, very important move to entering the Magic Slide. You want to do it forward and also you want to do it backward. And the reason you want to do it backward is because the back foot in the Magic Slide is going to draw a backward C-cut. And you need to understand how to turn both feet at the same time in order to enter the slide and get your balance equalized onto the center edges. I'm going to try to explain to you exactly how I learned it. Now, the first couple of attempts that I took at the Magic Slide were basically just a power slide. What I did was start the power slide, and then as I started to lose momentum, I drew my traveling foot to the inside edge. The tricky part about the Magic Slide is getting on both inside edges at the same time. So that's why you need the power slide here and then the T-stop so that both feet are on an inside edge. You want them to travel smoothly along this inside edge. The more equal the two edges, the better, but the edge on the back foot never quite gets as deep as the edge on the front foot in my experience. So how do we enter the slide properly? Just like we execute the C-cut or the lemon, we push on the back inside edge of the leading foot. So whichever foot slides gets that back inside edge pressed. And the traveling foot, you'll draw in the same circle with the front inside edge. And as you enter the slide, you want to equalize your pressure into the center inside edge. If you push too hard into the heel and you don't get enough pressure to the center edge fast enough, what'll happen is you will swing yourself around in a circle. If you find that your front leg starts to travel too far out, you want to get some pressure in the front inside edge and get it drawn back so you can get your slide correct. So let's say we are gonna turn to the left. So we're gonna turn counterclockwise. That means that the right foot is gonna be sliding and the left foot is gonna be following. In order to enter your slide, you'll press on the back inside edge with the right foot and on the front inside edge with the left foot. And as you start to turn, when you hit the direction you want to be sliding in, your balance should equalize to the center inside edge of both feet. Like with all skating moves, but especially this difficult skating move, keeping your core tight is essential. So make sure you do your checklist: eyes, head, shoulders, arms, core, hips, knees. You can stand a little higher when you first start learning it, just to feel it out. Feel where your edges are. Don't use too much speed. Go easy and comfortably into this move. Do not just try to skate as fast as possible and enter the slide without having ever tried it. So starting out, you can stand a little higher, find your comfort zone, feel where your balance is, and then as you get faster, you're gonna want to seat yourself deeper. If you're moving super fast, you have to be super low. The slower, the higher; the faster, the lower. As you can see from some of these shots, it should be really clear that I'm putting my body into kind of an X position. So as I'm entering the slide, I'm swinging my arms out. Don't mimic this exactly. In most of these, I swung my arms way too high, and getting your arms too high will throw you off balance because your balance has to come back down in order for you to have control of the slide. You want to try to throw your arms straight out and hold that X position where your knees are bent and your body is kind of leaned back and your arms are out in front of you to equalize some of that balance over the front and sliding foot. Your hips will seat pretty much directly over your back foot. So you need your arms to be out over that other leg in order to create proper balance. As we move down to the legs, you can see that the angle in the front leg is a little lower and the bend in the back leg is much more pronounced. And this is because your hips need to kind of seat over that back sliding leg. The last part here is super important. You must do this move thousands of times. If you stick around and watch the very end, where I show you every attempt that I've ever done, you can see how I started very carefully and cautiously and built up my comfort zone with the move, became familiar with it. I started out by attempting a power slide, drawing my foot into the proper position toward the end when there wasn't much momentum left. And then once I was comfortable holding that position in a slide, then I started entering it in the proper position. From there, it was just a game of doing it over and over and over until I got comfortable with it and could build some more control. I'm still not what I would call a master at this move, but I'm developing more control, and it took me about an hour to get a handful of attempts in on the first day and get comfortable with the move so that I could explain it well enough to you. Anyway, make sure you do this move thousands of times. It's really awesome. After you get the first couple of attempts out of the way, it's not nearly as difficult as it looks, and it's super fun. It's actually harder to slide really far once I get it. It seems to act as a really fast stop. I have to find just the right surface, and I have to use fairly hard wheels in order to get a good proper slide out of it. I imagine if I used softer wheels and had a rougher surface, it would be an amazing instant stop. Just make sure you practice this move thousands of times. Do it over and over and over. If you guys enjoyed this video and you got some value from it, you learned what you came here to learn, please share this video with your friends, click the like button, and click subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to my channel so that you can catch every episode as it releases. Make sure you press the bell to get notifications. This summer I've got a notebook full of tutorials and other fun skating videos that I'm ready to pump out. I have so many exciting things in the work. I have a new website, dskates.com, linked in the description below. I'm gonna start a blog series where I'm gonna actually allow other advanced skaters to write articles and reviews. Thank you so much for your support. I hope that you got exactly what you came for. Practice, 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 and I will see you the next time I lace up.